Hey you riders, and thanks for joining me for another video. Today I'm on the amazing Suzuki Hayabusa 2022 model. Thanks to Motorcycle World in Northampton for lending me this bike for a few hours. So in at the deep end at the minute, doing a bit of town work. Not too confident about filtering just yet. So yeah, first impressions, it's definitely an aggressive riding position, that's for sure. Yeah, it's very sporty. If you like a sporty riding position, it's not that extreme, so you could get used to this. Yeah, so first impressions. Yeah, it's a aggressive riding position, but not too extreme. Seat feels nice and padded. Only been in town so far, but I'm aware of some wind hitting my helmet, so I'm not sure the screen is going to be much good on faster roads, but we'll see. So far on these town roads, fueling is really nice, everything feels nice. Clutch is nice and light. Brakes are really smooth, progressive, and at low speeds like this, it's absolutely fine. It's well balanced. It's a hefty beast. I think the wet weight is. I'll flash the wet weight up now. But yeah, it's not a light bike. But yeah, on the move you really don't feel that. I know it's cliche, but it's not top heavy or anything. You don't feel like you're going to drop it, and it's a low seat height as well, so you don't have to worry about it being top heavy. Mirrors are really good. A good view behind me. I think they actually look quite good as well. Quite cool. The only criticism I would point out, and this may not even be a criticism to some people, is the clocks. I like what they've done, that mix of analog and digital, but it's quite hard to see the numbers. So 30, for example, if you can see that is in small greyed out, especially on a bike like this. Neutral, yeah, especially like a bike, on a bike like this, you really want to see those numbers. So that's one downside. Apart from that, these clocks are beautiful. And when you've got a little TFT screen there, which we'll come to in a bit, you've got your fuel gauge, temperature, revs and speedo, and to be honest, you don't need much more. Gearbox is typical Suzuki, silky smooth. Yeah, that fueling is really creamy. That's really what to describe it. A far cry from the old 2007 Bandit I owned, one of the first fuel injected Suzuki's back in the day. and it literally felt like an on and off switch. Oh yeah, that's first line corner is really nice actually. You're really not aware of that weight. So, third gear, 40 miles an hour. Effortless. Fourth gear at 50. No vibrations whatsoever through the handlebars. I'm aware of some vibes in the foot pegs, but not uncomfortable. So definitely, yeah, feeling a bit of wind blast on my helmet, but not that bad. It's just more noisy than anything else. One thing I will say is the indicator switch is a bit small. I don't know if you can see that there. Horn test. Yeah, but yeah, it's just the indicator switch is just a bit small to reach there. In terms of riding position on the open road, so yeah, this is where it makes more sense. You're I mean, you're going to be pinned back in the seat anyway most of the time, so yeah, this is where it all makes sense, and reasonably comfy. My knees are bent, but it's not too extreme. Yeah, follows that line really nicely. Third gear, 60 miles an hour, 5,500 revs. I mean, I'm literally tickling the throttle. Yeah, open up. Yeah, brutal. One thing with this bike is it is a thing of beauty, so you will attract admiring glances everywhere you go. And the engine doesn't sound too offensive, so you're not upsetting people as you ride through towns like this. You might upset your wrists when you're riding through town. They don't like it. Stand, how easy is that? Look at that, lovely, no problems at all. So starting her up, smooth as you like. So you can control the engine brake on here, but I'm not sure how we get to that. Press and hold this set button and you can get the menu up. So I'm going to go for user 1. I have power 1, traction control. Set to 5. So you've got hill hold on this bike as well. You can change the brightness. There's a lot of adjustability in here. So one thing I would adjust on this if it was my bike, the gear lever is probably a bit too low and the rear brake pedal is a bit too high. But again, I presume they're adjustable. Again, that's not the bike's fault, no, not really a criticism, but that's something that I'd change myself. Yeah, these are really nicely splayed on this tank actually. You can get a good grip. Again, I'd probably add some tank grips on there so you can get a bit more grip. Actually, there, let's just come back to riding in town then. Yeah, it's not a natural town bike, but it will do it. Probably helps if you're into a bit of bondage, I suppose, but it will do it. Yeah, so the only thing is I'm a bit concerned about filtering, so I'm not going to do that just yet. I mean, there's a wide beast. There's no getting away from that. You do get some hot air coming from the radiator though. You can feel that when you're stopped. Yeah, I'm aware that my right leg is cooking right now. Yeah, so it will do the town work, but it's not its natural habitat, that's for sure. It's well balanced, so no issues. And as I said before, even though it's a heavy bike, it's not top heavy, so you don't feel like you're going to drop it when you come to a stop. I am getting aware of in town that the clutch is a little bit stiff in town, so yeah, you will feel that on your left arm. You will feel that on your left hand if you're doing a lot of town work. It is a little bit heavy in town. Out of town, obviously, is no problem. You got the old quick shifter. So in town at 30, I would say perfectly happy in either second or third. It's not too loud in either, so I mean, this is second gear 30. And the bonus with being in second gear is that quick burst of power if you need to get away from anything. So what we like in terms of suspension then, just not much to report. It's really nice actually. No problems going up the bumps. Doesn't tie itself in knots. Fully adjustable front and rear. Good feedback from the chassis. Loads of feedback from the chassis. So having ridden this for a little while now, what I can tell you is that although this is one very fast machine obviously, it's also a pussycat. It really is. It doesn't egg you on to absolutely rag it everywhere. Fueling is nice. I've got it in full power now. It feels more like a cruiser in some ways, obviously with a completely different riding position, but speedo numbers are quite small. Yeah, you're gonna have to be on the ball, otherwise you'll be in serious trouble if you get caught. This engine is so flexible. Doesn't matter what gear you're in, it just goes. Thing is as well, because it is such a long and low and heavy bike, it doesn't want to just lift the front wheel everywhere, so you can actually keep that power down, unlike with lighter bikes. It handles so well. I'm genuinely impressed how well it goes around corners. holds its line beautifully. Yeah, I'm in second gear, 30 miles an hour. Nothing behind me. Oh, that 3/4 throttle. I don't want to go too fast over these bumps because you will take off. Oh. So, nothing behind me. Oh, yeah. Plenty of stopping power from the front brake. And really progressive. Really lovely feel to it. Yeah, front brake, huge thumbs up from me. Rear brake is not too bad actually. Also you get that predictable when you stamp on it, you get that ABS kick in, but no, rear brake is alright as well. Yeah, thumbs up for the brakes. Considering the early generation Hayabusas was supposedly had terrible brakes, Suzuki have redeemed themselves here. I never actually rode an original Hayabusa, I always wanted to. It's one of those things that never happened. Probably never will. Yeah, I've been in the saddle for about an hour now, and yeah, I'm definitely aware my right knee is starting to complain. But that's not the bike's fault. It's my right knee, so my left knee is absolutely fine. Oh. You know what? As I said earlier, it's so deceptively smooth. You just don't realise how fast you are going. And the problem I've got when I'm pinning myself back like this is having to bend my left foot quite far to get to that gear lever, as I said earlier. When I'm 55 in the second gear and 5,500 revs, it's comfortable, and then you can just open it up. All I can say is wow, it's another bike I'm seriously impressed with. I wasn't sure what I would make of this bike, to be honest. I thought, is it a lardy super bike? Okay, so let's have a little walk around this beast. She's a great looking machine. I think they've really nailed the styling on this one, especially compared to the older models. I know they're, you know, they're designed that way for high speed. But yeah, I think this looks really nice. It's got those really nice flowing lines. All the logos, everything looks really flash on it. I mean, the only thing is it's a bit plasticky and chrome, so I'm not sure how that'll last long term. But as new, it does look absolutely beautiful. It's got a purpose. What a cracking looking bike. In terms of styling, the only thing I can fault it on really is those dustbin size exhausts. But what's the first thing that every owner is going to do? Get rid of them, so don't worry about it. They're not offensive, they're just rather massive. I suppose if you're on tour and you want to stick a jacket potato in there, you could cook it. Yeah, that hump there looks purposeful. Yeah, they've nailed the style on this one, I think. Tyres are standard. What we got? We've got Bridgestone Batracks on Sport. Can't complain so far. Obviously I've only ridden in a dry. Seem to be getting plenty of grip. Yeah, this colour as well, that black and gold is. This would be the only option for me. This colour, absolutely. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, very, very nice looking bike. All up with the lights on. Which I'll tell you what we can do first. Dash start up. Hoping you can see that. That looks cool as well, that little Hayabusa logo. Not intricate like some bikes, but you don't need it on this, I don't think. You kind of spoiled it, I think. It's sort of old school, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, look, those lights, I'm hoping you can pick them up. But yeah, very distinctive. There's two running lights at the side. And that rear, oh, look at that. Yeah, I mean, anybody who follows you is going to have to get used to those lights, because that's all they're going to see. That is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Paint quality looks okay so far. That's plastic. It's a plastic cover. Yeah, so far, I mean, doesn't seem to be full of scratches like some bikes are from the start. Okay, let's go over some of these specs. So, this bike is £16,699. It's a base model, so obviously with a base white paint. I'm pretty sure this black and gold is extra. 1340cc inline 4, Euro 5, got 187 brake horsepower, 115 Newton meters of torque. It's a Euro 5 lump. It's got a 20 litre fuel tank, 264 kilos wet weight, and again, you really don't feel that weight even when coming to a stop. It's so well balanced. The seat height is 800 millimeters, so this would be a great bike if you're short in the leg. You don't have to worry about that. Although this design looks beautiful, it's actually been developed in a wind tunnel as well, so it's pretty aerodynamic. The electronics package I spoke about earlier is we call it the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System. 10-stage traction control, also lean angle sensitive ABS and traction control. Yeah, so it does have the customizable engine braking. So I haven't worked out how to use. Well, I've seen how to adjust it, but I'm not quite sure how that works yet. It does have hill hold assist, although I've not had it kick in yet. It also has 3-stage launch control, but again, there's nothing obvious as to how you get that to work. But that's something I really want to try. If I feel brave later, we'll have to go through. So obviously, suspension wise, not that you can see much, but yeah, it's fully adjustable. Front and rear, for what you can see anyway. Brakes wise, got the Brembo style EMAs coming down on a lot of bikes. Yeah, I'm going to provide phenomenal stopping power. Can't complain so far at all. We're progressive, good feel from front and rear. Yeah, loads of stopping power. You get a 3-year warranty with these Hayabusas now as well, so not to be sniffed at. I'm not sure of the full details of it, but yeah, 3 years warranty is pretty good. Going back to the design details, that air intake just looks so purposeful. It's such a well thought out bike, this. Those levers look pretty cool as well. Ta-da! Steering lock. No problem at all. Some of the bikes can be a bit fiddly, can't they? But no, put it in, push, it's fine. Nice looking key as well. Like the little touch on there. There's a lot of attention to detail on this bike. So what we like to fill up with fuel. That's one thing I'd like to see though for a bike of this price. Keyless ignition. Come on, Suzuki. Sticking your nozzle in. No problem at all. Doesn't go very far in though. You were, missus. Closing it. Yeah, pushes in, no problem at all. So let's sum up the pros and the cons of the Hayabusa. Let's start with the cons first. Let's get them out of the way. The cruise control switch being on the right hand side is a bit of a pain. I know obviously you can you set it with your left hand, but yeah, turn it on and off is a bit of a pain. The indicator switch did annoy me at first being so small, but now I've got used to it. Don't bother me, so I'll cross that off. The numbers on the dial of the speedo could do have been a bit bigger, so you can, especially like the 30, so you can have a quick glance down and see what speed you're doing. There's no Bluetooth connectivity that I can see. That's a bit of a negative. I don't personally like that on bikes anyway, so I'm not too bothered, but I know some people are. The service intervals are a bit ridiculous. You know, it should be most manufacturers are at least 6,000 now, aren't they? So yeah, that's might negative. Apart from that, clutching the straws really. The pros, I mean, need I say any more? That engine, the handling. The looks. The fact that it can be a pussycat when you want it to be. This is a proper Jekyll and Hyde bike. This is another bike to put on a naughty step. Naughty, naughty. The mirrors are really good. I can see perfectly what's going on behind me. Yeah, great mirrors. Fueling is absolutely sublime. Very precise. Totally different to Suzuki's of old. That quick shifter, smooth as you like, and the gearbox, typical Suzuki, like a knife through vegan butter. the handling definitely comes under the pros as well. This handles far better than it has any right to. One thing to add to the list of cons though is the position of the rear brake lever peg and gear shifter peg, but then that's just a personal thing, and should be easy remedied, I imagine. It's like a missile, it really is. When you can either leave it in second or third, it's fine. Yeah, second just gives you that little bit more engine braking and grunt, but third is still plenty fast and flexible enough. Got some air there. This is definitely, again, one of those bikes you'll look back at when you park it up, and you'll have a big grin on your face when you walk back up to it. What I'd like to see on the update is keyless ignition, definitely, and adaptive cruise control, the radar one. This is a bike that would really suit that, I think, when you're crossing continents. One thing with the wind blast though is the wind has been deflected to the sides, so it's just directed at your helmet, so once you tuck in, it's fine. All that air gets deflected over you. I mean, this is actually a really roomy bike, so you can shuffle about quite a bit. There's plenty of room on that seat to push yourself back and hold on with your knees, or go forward and sit more upright if you want. So yeah, it is roomy. Okay, so I'm now on the way back to Motorcycle World in Northampton. Thank you very much for the loan of the bike. So we're doing the last bit on dual carriageway. See how she copes. And as we said, this is a great place to be on fast road like this. A bit of wind blast pushing you back. The only problem you got is the power. I mean, I'm literally in 6th gear. I'm literally feathering the throttle and I'm doing the speed limit. I mean, there's that much left. Yeah, so the biggest problem you're going to have on dual carriageways is self-restraint. Honestly, I am getting that wind blast above my helmet. A few words to tuck in, you'll get rid of that, no problem. And that air is deflected to the sides of you, so it's not that bad. It's okay. No adjustability to the screen, I don't think. So yeah, I mean, she just loves these long sweeping bends, high speeds. Yeah, this is a bike made to destroy continents. So yeah, she takes it all in her stride. So I guess that brings me on to my conclusions on a Hayabusa and what I think of this beast. Yeah, well, it's another bike I can add to my dream garage. It's such a versatile bike. I mean, you could tour on it, no problem at all. I don't think I would be able to personally because of my knee, but if you don't have dodgy knees, you know, this would be a great touring bike. It will carry pillion and luggage, no problem at all. It will carry all that like it's nothing. And then when you get to your destination, offload the luggage and your pillion if you want, and you'll be able to enjoy the twisties in this, because the handling is amazing. The suspension, the chassis, just works all together, and it's so confidence inspiring. It really is. It flatters you as a rider. Coming back to the engine and the tech and how it all works together. I mean, it all works seamlessly. I mean, you can feel like the traction control when it kicks in. Since turning it right down to 1, I've not felt it at all. Yeah, it's not abrupt or anything. ABS, I've not felt that kick in at all. Can't comment on that, how it is. Even doing some brake testing earlier, I didn't really feel the front kick in. So I think you got the dimensions of this bike. The chassis got lots of what's the word, mechanical grip anyway, so you don't really trouble put on a rider raid. So right, now I'm getting a bit of confidence. Let's try a bit of filtering.